a historic comeback. The other one road weary, as Jackson State, who wins the tip, has been away from home since November 5th. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to the holiday week, and we hope you enjoy it here on the SEC Network. O'Neal with the first opportunity, in and out. And there's Connor Vanover getting his first career start as a Missouri Tiger tonight. He is joined by John Tonje, Nick Honor, Sean East, and Noah Carter. Tonje making his third straight start for the Tigers. Missouri swings it around to Sean East, the hero from Thursday night. Vanover late in the shot clock finds Honor. Honor had 10 of his 16 points in the comeback on Thursday. Tonje draws a foul as Missouri was late in the shot clock.
Yeah, you can see Jackson State is really defending far outside the three-point line right now. They're trying to really stop Mizzou from getting the ball into the paint.
Tonje earns a trip to the foul stripe. He's 2 for 2 at the line this season.
To the line for Missouri, shooting 2, number 5, John Tonje.
Hits the first. Tonje, the transfer from Colorado State. Missouri really liked bringing in his experience. Dennis Gates getting Tonje out of the transfer portal this offseason. Didn't play against Arkansas Pine Bluff in the opener, but he's been in there ever since. And again, this is his third straight start. He's 4 for 4 at the line in his young Tiger career. Missouri bringing the pressure. They always do, Sierra.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Coach Gates talked about, is really wanting to pressure the ball.
Same starting 5 as anticipated for Jackson State. Again, in the middle of a massive road trip. We'll talk about that more as we go along here. O'Neal 0 for 2 to start the game. Both of his first couple of shots halfway down and out. Honor pushing the tempo. Carter out to Honor. There's a 3, and he's got it.
He loves that spot right there. You can tell they're really trying to push the ball up, transition offense, get down the floor, and play at a fast pace.
Missouri has wanted Honor to shoot the ball more. He has in recent games, and it has paid off. And there's Tonje with a steal, swiping it away from Chase Adams. Tonje thought about it. He hit the big man Vanover. Played his first game in a Tiger uniform after missing the first 3 due to an inadvertent NCAA violation this summer. There's a steal by Evans. Vanover played an event this offseason that only seniors, draft-eligible players, are supposed to play in. A little confusion. It wasn't anything purposeful. He had to miss the first 3 games. He's making his first career start for Missouri tonight. Here's a drive by Jamie Mitchell. Said he kicks. 3 is up and down. Finally, one goes down for Jordan O'Neal.
You can tell they're really sagging off of him, and he's made him pay on that possession.
O'Neal's taken all 3 shots so far for Jackson State. He's got the Tigers back within 2. East thought about it. Missouri looking to get the ball down low to Vanover. One of the tallest players in college basketball. His first touch, and gets it to go. Soft touch.
That's hard to defend. He's got a high release on that little baby hook.
Missouri's got a 7-3 lead. Adams guarded by Tonje. There's Colty Young, gets it to go. A couple of 3s, and Jackson State hanging in there in the early going. Honor to Vanover. An air ball in the first 3 of the night from the big man. Young knocked away by East. No, it wasn't. It's out off of Jackson State and back to Missouri. Ken Evans Jr., one of the top scorers in the SWAC early in this season, averaging 18 points a game, and really indicative of how tough this early road trip has been for Jackson State. He had 33 against Loyola Marymount and 27 at Cal Baptist. Last time out, held to just 1 point against Tulsa. And head coach Mo Williams said you can't keep your legs that long when you're on the road and playing that many games in that compressed time.
He's playing a lot of minutes, and it's hard to be on that road that long. You're not at home, you're not getting your normal food. It's just exhausting.
Got the energy there on the break, but can't get it to go. Missouri back the other way. teams exchange fast breaks as Carter has it taken away. Numbers for Jackson State. Evans gives it up, and O'Neal puts it down. And Jackson State's got an 8-7 lead.
You know, talking to Coach Gates today at shoot-around, he mentioned their assist-to-turnover ratio and how he wants to improve it. And that's something that they're going to have to shore up on and not get those turnover buckets.
Honor misses from the outside. Caleb Grill into the ball game for the first time a moment ago. You just saw he replaced Connor Vanover, and now Tamar Bates gets up off the bench, and we'll check in at the next opportunity as Evans drives and gets his first basket. You're worried about Jackson State, what their energy level would be. They just drove 350 miles from Tulsa on Friday. They're staying with Missouri as Tajay hits the three. And it's a 10-10 ball game, nearly 5 minutes into this one, and a 10-second call as the Missouri pressure works there. We've got a good one going in the early going. It's been a long, long trip for Jackson State, and they're not even halfway done. We'll talk more about it when we come back as the Jackson State Tigers are hanging in there in the first 5 minutes of this one between Mizzou and Jackson State. 10-10, nearly 5 minutes into this one between Jackson State and Missouri. Welcome courtside at Norm Stewart Court, Mizzou Arena, along with Sierra Porter. I'm Ben Arnett. And I mentioned a moment ago, Jackson State in the middle of a massive road trip. You know life on the road, but not anything close to what the Jackson State Tigers are going through to start this season. Yeah,
that's hard on your body. They're playing a lot of games, and they have guys playing a lot of minutes. And sometimes they don't even get to practice in between. So it's like a tough stretch for them, and it's really teaching them resilience as well. And they're going to be one of the best 0-5 teams that you're going to see.
Head coach Mo Williams spent 14 years in the NBA. He said the most he might have seen whenever he was playing in the league was a 10-game or a 10-day road trip. This is a 13-game road trip to start the season. And you look at all the miles in between the games, from Memphis to out west, San Diego, and then Tulsa, and here to Missouri. They get to go home a little bit, kind of in between these two columns, but then they go to D.C. and then to Arkansas State, all over the place. They'll hit the HBCU Classic in Vegas, and you know, to your point, there goes your practice time. I mean, you're just game planning for the next game and literally traveling on the road.
Yeah, and you're sitting on a bus, sometimes sitting on a plane. That is just so hard on your body to stay mobile, stay stretched. But this is going to be a really resilient team when it comes down to it, because they're just going to be used to it.
Yeah, don't forget that commercial airplanes are not exactly built for tall basketball players, are they?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Corner three for Tamar Bates. He sinks his first shot just in off the Missouri bench, and the Missouri Tigers have the lead back. Jackson State hanging in there in the early going. 5 points for Jordan O'Neal. Colty Young with a three. Ken Evans, their leading scorer, has a bucket. 350-mile trip from Tulsa to Columbia. They did by bus on Friday. They were in town yesterday, just getting a chance to take some rest before facing Missouri. Bates in transition, slices through the lane, lost it but got it back. And now Carter misses the three. O'Neal the rebound. Evans looking to slow things down. Missouri really likes to speed you up defensively, don't they?
Yeah, that's one of the best things they've been doing this season. They have been holding teams to, on average, under 40% from the field because of their defense.
Kevion Hunt, nice look, and there's O'Neal. He's got 7 of Jackson State's 12 points.
You know, they pushed the ball up. Nobody was even defending him in the corner.
But Carter missed, and now a chance to regain the lead for Jackson State. Hunt with a nice pass into traffic, and no good from Kewan Johnson, but he will go to the foul line.
That was a pretty pass.
That was Cook, pardon me.
I didn't even know he saw him over there. Just threw it behind his head like that.
Great look by Kevion Hunt, and Zeke Cook earns himself a trip to the foul line.
Shooting 2 for Jackson State, number 1. Correction.
They're actually going to call the foul before the shot, so
That was not a shooting.
Jackson State will inbound. The foul went against Tajay. It's his first and the team's first. Shaw comes in for the first time for Missouri. He replaces John Tonje. Evans looking to inbound, poked away by Caleb Grill, and Missouri gets the turnover and a foul called on Jackson State.
Foul call on Jackson State, number 1, Zeke Cook.
Goes against Zeke Cook, who just drew the foul a moment ago. He commits the foul this time, and that's 2 team fouls on Mo Williams, Jackson State Tigers. Bates brings it up for Missouri. A lot of different potential combinations. A lot of different ways Missouri can go. Bates on the drive, hangs, contested and blocked. He wanted a foul call. Evans comes away with it. In transition, pull up for Hunt, and it goes down.
You know, we talk about Missouri pushing the tempo, but Jackson State has been running the floor in transition really well, and they're making Missouri pay for it.
Jackson State has the 1-point lead back. Foul, and it's a moving screen on Missouri.
Foul call on Missouri, number 23.
Mo Williams, familiar face to NBA fans, 7 different teams in the league. Won a championship with Cleveland, that historic comeback in 2016. One All-Star season in his pro career, and a 52-point night in January of 2015.
That's someone who just loves to be around the game, and now he's coaching. You love to see that. These guys are going to learn so much from a coach like him that has played at a really high level.
A voice that his players listen to, a ton of credibility behind everything he says to his players. They're really just trying to survive on this massive road trip. They don't play a home game for the first time all season until January 6th. O'Neal has been great in the early going tonight. Draws a double team, poked away and stolen by the freshman Anthony Robinson. Robinson finds Shaw, quick rotation to Grill. Grill to Shaw, into the paint. They can't get it to go. Missouri's had some good looks that just haven't gone down here in the first 8 minutes.
They've had some good looks and great spacing in their transition. I don't know if you saw it, but they were lined up all around the three-point line.
And strong defense that time by Missouri.
Substitution for Jackson State. Checking in number 4, Colton Young.
Noah Carter will take his seat. Look at this.
Trent Pierce.
Carter just erased that
Also
one.
for Jackson State, entering the game, number 3, J.D. Mitchell. And for Missouri, number 10, Nick Honor.
Missouri as a team is really great at blocking shots this season, too. That's one of the notes about their defense is they are really just throwing the basketball.
Undersized a year ago, went and added a lot of height in the offseason, and the rim protection has certainly improved. And right on cue, the 6'10" freshman Trent Pierce checks in for the Tigers. Jackson State gets it in. Cook with a fadeaway, and Honor just lets it go out of bounds. Missouri basketball. Missouri goes quickly. Robinson brings it up. He's guarded by Jelani Bell, who just checked into the game for the first time. Aiden Shaw and Missouri trailing by a point, nearing the midway point, and another turnover on the Tigers. That's their 5th of the ball game. Hunt goes coast to coast.
Jackson State is really taking advantage of those turnovers.
And they have a 3-point lead. It's behind the back move by Robinson. It's poked away anyway. Another Mizzou turnover. Cook in transition. Finds Bell, who falls down, and ball back to Missouri. That will take us to another break. Jackson State not looking road weary at all in the first 8 minutes of this one. Kevion Hunt contested all the way, and a 3-point Jackson State lead. They are using their defense. 5 steals in the first 8 minutes of this ball game.
Yeah, we were talking a lot about them being tired from this road trip, but it does not seem to be that way tonight. They've already got 7 points off of Missouri's turnovers, and they're just putting the pressure on the ball and making Missouri pay for it.
A lot easier to run up and down the floor whenever you're forcing turnovers and getting out on the break, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when it's fun.
Bo Williams' team taking advantage. They've got a 3-point lead. Missouri has turned the ball over 6 times in this one. Jordan O'Neal with 7 points. Kevion Hunt with 4. Jackson State certainly does not look like The miles are weighing them down early in this one. They get to go home after this game before the second leg of this massive road trip. I'm going to imagine Mo Williams' message to them going into this game was leave it all out there, empty the tank.
Right, you get to go home after this, you get to rest a little bit, you get Thanksgiving.
And Missouri trying to wake up. They had the slow start at Minnesota on Thursday. Pierce to Robinson, a couple of the freshmen on the floor with Nick Honor, Aiden Shaw, and Caleb Grill. Pierce under 10 to shoot. Shaw to Grill, veteran. Pass a little too much on it, out of the reach of Aiden Shaw. That was a second away from being a shot clock violation. Missouri has not scored in over 4 minutes. Sean East checks back in. He replaces Trent Pierce. Missouri sets up the pressure. Jamie Mitchell looking to inbound. And poked away as Shaw contested that one.
I do love how even if they have a turnover offensively, it does not affect their pressure defensively. They just got a little poke right there. They're pressuring. It doesn't weigh them down.
And Mo Williams wants to talk that over. He did not like the way that Jackson State set up to inbound that one. Missouri struggling a bit from the field. They are 0 for their last 4. I mentioned the scoring drought over 4 minutes at this point. Tigers 3 of 7 from the outside, but we've seen in the early going of this season, Dennis Gates wants his team to keep shooting.
When they score at a high volume is when they're really good. We saw that with the last game at Minnesota when they scored 39 points in the or 31 points in the last 11 minutes. Once they get that score above 70, they don't really lose.
They don't. They don't at all. Missouri going with a more veteran lineup right now. Grill, Shaw, East back into the game, and Honor along with the freshman Anthony Robinson. Let's see how Jackson State handles this coming out of that last timeout. Mitchell gets it in. And now just one-on-one pressure from Grill as Kevion Hunt brings it up. Poked away and stolen by Shaw, but swiped right back by Mitchell. He pulls up for 3. Anthony Robinson contested rebound. Colte Young comes away with it and scores.
Jackson State is just playing hard right now. You saw that right there. They got the ball stolen from them and just steal it right back and get a bucket from it.
Missouri did not like the energy they had at times against Memphis last Friday in their only loss. Maybe seeing that again here. Frantic along the baseline. And a heads-up play by Nick Honor to throw it off a Jackson State player.
Yeah, Jackson State, they're just playing with a lot of energy and intensity right now. They're going after the offensive boards. They're getting steals. They're getting points off of turnovers. They're kind of doing it all. They're all over the place.
That was Zeke Cook. Ripped that ball away from Robinson. Missouri with 11 to shoot. Honor long into East to reset here offensively for Missouri. East has been the go-to guy the first 2 weeks of the season. There's Honor from the corner. Volleyed around, and Colte Young comes away with it. Hunt has it knocked away, and the steal by Missouri. They've got numbers. Robinson all the way.
There you go. Now they're going to Jackson State pay a little bit for their turnovers. It's been a little bit of a sloppy game this first half.
Helter-skelter, hasn't it? That's Missouri's first points off a turnover on the 6th turnover of the ball game. And here's another look as the Tigers turn defense into offense.
Just shooting the gap right there, looking up ahead. That's when basketball's fun, when you just get out and run with it.
Missouri snapped their scoring drought in transition that time. Jesus Carolero Martin and Anthony Robinson connecting. Now a quick sub by Jackson State as Chase Adams comes back in and gives Kevion Hunt a spell. Hunt was great off the bench, really sparked that rally. Jamie Mitchell looking inbound here. He's been battling a stress fracture in his foot for the better part of a year. Only played 3 games a season ago. He can be a key guy for this Jackson State team, especially if they're just trying to use more bodies to get through this long trip physically. Ken Evans back into the ball game, rejects a screen, splits the defenders, and gets it to go.
That was a tough take.
Robinson looking to answer, swung around. Carolero from the corner gets it to go.
Their spacing in transition is just perfect. They got guys spread out all along the three-point line. That's really hard to get back and defend.
And that's the first basket in a Missouri uniform for the former Campbell Camel, Jesus Carolero Martin. Young from straight away, right into the hands of Robinson. Missouri a chance to tie or take the lead. Honor has liked that corner so far in this first half, and he draws a foul on Colty Young.
He just splits the defenders right there, goes up strong, shields the ball with his body. That's a really strong take. And look at how they spread the floor right there. They've got guys all along the three-point line, and they're just scrambling to defend right now.
Extra pass in the corner 3. Evans with 4 points. Carolero Martin started the first couple of games for Missouri. Coming off the bench today. There's just so many different combinations that Dennis Gates can go with. It's a great big fact-finding mission these first few weeks of the season.
Especially with 11 new faces, you're going to have to put in different lineups and see what works best for you.
A lot of experienced players. Honor on the drive, cut off, powers his way through to tie the game up.
Speaking of experienced players, he has been so solid for them the past couple seasons, and he's just one of their main leaders out on the floor, making strong plays like that.
Honor, East, and Carter. Those are the 3 guys that Missouri's leaning on a lot. Good defense straight up by Carolero. Missouri in transition. There's a 3. And Missouri with the offensive board. Carter right to the basket, and there's a wide open Ant Robinson. Draws the foul. It goes against Jackson State's Jamie Mitchell. When in doubt, go to number 10, right?
Absolutely. You can trust him. He's a vocal leader. He's a mental leader. He's just a tough player. And I love how Missouri's making the extra pass right now. Even though they didn't convert that bucket, they drew the foul and are just looking for their open teammate.
Free throw opportunity here for Anthony Robinson. Hits the first. Been so impressed by Anthony Robinson. The way he plays, his aggressiveness, the look on his face, he doesn't look like he's afraid of anything the first 2 weeks of his college career.
Yeah, Coach Gates was talking about how he's really impressed with just the confidence and maturity that the underclassmen have come in with.
You had a freshman teammate a few years ago who didn't take anything from anybody in her first few weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Talk about number 3 if y'all aren't picking up on that. Is what, 42 in her 3rd game or 2nd game?
Is that what it was? You probably remember the stats better than I do, but no, she was tough.
Still is for the Phoenix Mercury. Missouri has regained the lead here. And Adams and Jackson State trying to get this back on track for them. Stolen away by Honor. Missouri with the hounding defense now, and Robinson all the way. Battling for the loose ball. Honor saves it into Robinson. Kurt Lewis played a big part in saving that possession as well. Carolero spinning all over the place. He's got the height advantage on Evans here. Out to Carter for a triple. Got it.
I don't know what Coach Gates said to them, but I feel like their intensity has turned up another level since that last time out.
And it started with the defense. We talked about those 5 early steals by Jackson State coming out of the last break. And ever since that point, it's been Missouri that's turned up the heat defensively.
That's what you have to do, though. If your shot isn't falling how you're used to it, you just got to turn it up on defense and create opportunities.
Missouri with 5 points off the turnovers they have forced.
Even though they didn't get the bucket in transition, they got that rebound. They're making the extra pass once again, and Carter's just knocking down that three-point shot, doing what he does best.
Noah Carter and Missouri shooting 45% from beyond the arc. They have turned things around. Tigers on an 11-0 run. Their first March Madness win since 2010. The year your family moved to Columbia, you were telling me.
It is. Time flies.
I was in Buffalo covering the game that day and got to be there in Sacramento as Dennis Gates and the Tigers won last March. And what a start to his head coaching career, both at Cleveland State and in Columbia. And a lot expected and appreciated from the Missouri fan base early in this season. Ken Evans Jr. to the line for Jackson State, and that one rims out. Missouri still on an 11-0 run. They've outscored Jackson State 13-2 over the last 3 minutes. And after struggling for a stretch there when Jackson State took the lead, Mizzou has hit 5 of their last 7 shots. That finally snaps the dry spell for Jackson State. Missouri with a veteran lineup out there. Lewis, Carolero, Carter, East, and Honor. Down low to Carter. Out to Carolero Martin, who hit a 3 earlier. Pinballs around at East with just 5 to shoot. Tigers, I think Carter just recognized it, puts up the 3, and Carolero Martin bops it out to Lewis for a triple. Got it.
Those second chance shots, those are big, especially against a team like this that's been turning it up defensively. You know, there's been turnovers both ways, steals both ways, and if you can get second chance opportunities, you're going to put yourself in a really great position.
Jesus Carolero Martin, you just watch him. You know, he hadn't scored in the first 4 games, finally got a bucket tonight. He just does so many different things to affect the game. Look at this. Loses control, 1 touch.
Yeah, he kicks it out. They get 3 points because of it. I love a guy like that, that even if he's not necessarily scoring, you can just tell how locked in he is, and he's still contributing in the untangibles.
He rebounds, he defends, and he doesn't turn the ball over. Missouri turns it over on the inbound. Evans, surrounded by 3 defenders, still puts it up. And Missouri now will go the other way. 5-point game as we approach the 5-minute mark in the first half. Carter, fake 3 into the hands of Evans. And you hit it on the head a moment ago. Kind of a helter-skelter nature to this one in the early going. There's O'Neal. Carolero Martin, the rebound, outlet, Honor, fouled by Evans.
Yeah, it has been a little bit helter-skelter, like you said, but I love the intensity of both teams. Sometimes when a team is this good defensively on both sides, there's going to be turnovers, but you can tell it's not discouraging either side. They're playing hard, they're getting down in transition, and yeah, they just got to take care of the ball a little bit better.
5 steals for each team, 7 turnovers for each team. Missouri trying to remain in control. Good look, good pass, good finish. Carolero Martin to East. Carolero Martin has 4 points and 3 assists in 5 minutes. How about that efficiency?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can tell how locked in he is, how much he's helping out his team.
Dennis Gates will love that. East fending off Evans for the rebound. Lewis stepped out of bounds on the drive.
Yeah, you can tell he felt that too.
Kicked that leg back a little too far. Here's another look at this assist from Carolero Martin.
Yeah, he's just got his head on a swivel. He's looking at his teammates. He knows where they're supposed to be. That was a great pass.
And East, I feel like he is constantly cutting to the basket. He spends a lot of time within 5 feet of the hoop.
It's fun to play with teammates that know how to move and get to the open spot.
Said it a couple of games ago. He reminds me of the way that Steve Nash played during those 2 MVP seasons in Phoenix so many years ago. He was always around the basket. Evans banks home a 3. East with 4 minutes to go. Another turnover. Jackson State around the basketball, and O'Neal fouled before the shot by Carolero Martin. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Missouri.
Let's take another look at this 3. You know, sometimes you just got to accept the bank. It doesn't always feel great, but you're getting points on the board. What more can you ask for?
And Evans now with 8 points after that rough day at Tulsa. He didn't bring that with him to Columbia, did he?
No, he didn't.
3 of 5 from the field. He's also got a couple of rebounds and a couple of assists. That's the all-around positive game that Mo Williams has come to expect from Ken Evans. Now a chance to pull within a possession, poked away by Lewis. As we go under 4 minutes to play in the half. Critical spot here. Missouri's lead down to 4. Jackson State pushing the momentum in Como. Oh, the highest rated recruit since, well, a guy you played a few games in the driveway against.
Yeah, that's a really good recruit for Mizzou. I know they're going to be really excited to have him on the team.
They're excited to have this guy on the floor right now. Jesus Carolero Martin has been a big part of Missouri turning things around here the last 5 or 6 minutes of game time.
He has the highest plus-minus on the team right now. He's just doing the intangibles, and he's not turning the ball over. He's making the extra pass, looking for his teammates, and getting things done for Missouri. Also hit his first field goal, a three-pointer in a Missouri uniform. You see there from the corner. That corner spot has been doing it for Missouri tonight.
+9 for Carolero Martin in 6 minutes of action. 4 rebounds to go along with that three-pointer and 4 assists all over the place, helping spark Missouri, who's trailed by as many as 5 in this first half, has a 4-point lead with 3:57 to go before the break. Mo Williams, his team hanging in there, and this feels like a critical juncture. Dennis Gates stressing a few defensive points to his group before Jackson State inbounds here, trailing by 4 with just under 4 minutes to play in the half. Evans has been heating up, poked away by Robinson.
He got away with a little contact there.
Zeke Cook. Good cut by Adams, extra pass, and O'Neal through traffic.
They're making that extra pass too. I feel like both of these teams are playing pretty similarly, turning it up on defense and just looking for the open guy. Nobody's playing selfish basketball tonight.
9 points for Jordan O'Neal to lead all scorers, and it's a 2-point game. Jordan Butler, the 3rd freshman to enter the game for Missouri today, gets it in the post, quickly out. Robinson swings it around. Missouri late in the shot clock. Bates an Honor play catch. Honor stolen away by Zeke Cook. And a chance to tie or take the lead for Jackson State. Missouri hasn't scored in 2 minutes. Colty Young misses. Zeke Cook, the offensive board. In amongst the trees, it's Colty Young, and he will have a chance to tie the game at the foul line.
Yeah, one of the big things standing out for both of these teams, especially Jackson State in this play, is their ball movement. Look at the hit, one pass, and that's a gorgeous pass to the guy cutting to the block. Up and around. Yeah, you just got to look for the open guy, and great things are going to happen.
8 assists on 12 made field goals for Chase Adams and Jackson State, and now it's Colty Young. Has a quiet 8 points to the line, make it 9.
Checking in for Missouri, number 13, Jesus Carolero Martin. And number 35, Noah Carter.
3rd year in the program for Colty Young. He and Zeke Cook, high school teammates in Starkville, Mississippi, who won a state championship together.
It's always fun to play with someone you played with in high school. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, you and all those state titles you won down the road at Rockbridge High School with the Cunninghams and your sister Bree.
Yeah, it was great to be able to come here, play for our home state, and you know, you already know each other's game, which I'm sure is the case for these guys too.
It's a comfort level that you don't get from anything else than playing together for years.
Absolutely.
Tie ball game, 2:45 to go. These two have gone back and forth. Jackson State on a 7-0 run after Missouri had ran off 11 straight. Carolero Martin back into the game, so is Noah Carter. Carter on the drive. And swiped away once again. Another steal by Jackson State. That's their 8th of the first half. Evans almost turns it back over. O'Neal draws a foul.
Man, whoever takes care of the ball with the rest of this game is going to be putting themselves in a great position. There's just so many turnovers. I know they're playing at a fast pace, but they just got to take care of that ball both ways.
11 turnovers for Missouri, 4 of them in the last 3 minutes. And now O'Neal, who's got 9 points, goes to the foul line for the first time tonight. 85% free throw shooter this season. That one off the mark as the Mizzou Arena crowd got loud. You look at how Mo Williams' team is taking advantage of those turnovers.
They forced 11 turnovers, but when Missouri turns it over, they're scoring because of it. They got 16 points off of turnovers to Missouri's 5. They're just really, taking advantage of a little bit of the sloppy helter-skelter play we talked about. And both teams, I'm sure, are fighting for momentum going into halftime.
Every single time Missouri goes into the paint, those hands get active, constantly swiping at the basketball.
Yeah, they don't seem like a tired team to me.
Not at all. They trap Robinson. He's able to get through it. And now O'Neal all over Shaw. It will stay with Missouri. And you can see Mo Williams right in front of the Jackson State bench. He loved that defensive effort as Jackson State turns up the heat. East guarded by Evans. That's a nice matchup. Robinson, baseline drive. Open look for Bates. And the rebound by Zeke Cook. Under 2 minutes to play in the half, and now Jackson State slows it down. Evans. Mitchell. His first action in a while. Young from the corner. That one might have been altered by Bates. Cook saves it into Mitchell, and Mitchell blocked. On the floor, heads up play that time. The timeout was called. I could see it. The officials couldn't though, and a jump ball is called, and Missouri will get it on the alternating possession.
Jackson State is just playing with so much energy right now. That was 2 offensive boards in 1 possession. Yeah, they're playing hard. They want this momentum going to halftime. They want their first win, especially against a Power 5 team on the road.
And Zeke Cook was doing everything he could. As soon as he got possession, he was immediately trying to call for the timeout. But there were so many bodies around him, I just don't think the officials could see it.
It's a heads-up play, though.
Absolutely. Missouri gets the ball. Let's see if they can take advantage of their good fortune there. Foul called on Adams. That'll be the 17th foul on Jackson State, so a 1-and-1 coming for the freshman Anthony Robinson. Well, that was the 6th team foul. I got ahead of myself. So Missouri will inbound. Got the veteran point guard East and the youngster Robinson in the game at the same time. Kirillero Martin to East, almost out of his reach. He tight ropes the baseline and scores.
I'm telling you, Missouri loves playing in that corner, whether it's drive and dish or the 3-pointer. You can see right there, if you can get past your defender on the baseline, you get a great little layup.
Missouri regains the lead. Mitchell on the drive. Under a minute to go. Tamar Bates right on the hip of O'Neal. Evans from way out. Back tap. Carter tracks it down. He goes in on Evans, and that is going to be a goaltend. Down the basket for Carter. Missouri pushes the lead to 3.
You can see here, that pass, it almost was a little far, but he got on the baseline, drives right around his defender, and gets a great look. No one there to help him either.
Sean East with 4 points, go along with a couple of rebounds in 16 minutes. And now Missouri sets up the pressure with 32.9 seconds to go in the half. 2.9-second differential, poked away. The steal by Robinson, and he's rewarded.
You love that energy going to halftime. Like I said, these teams will be fighting for momentum going into half, and you can tell Missouri wants that lead.
And they have pushed the lead to 5. Shot clock is off. Evans trying to bring it down. He gets trapped. Adams gonna drive with 5. Colty Young can't get it to go, did draw the foul.
Foul call on Missouri, number 14.
Goes on Anthony Robinson.
17 foul.
And that is the 17th foul on Missouri. So a 1-and-1 coming. Oh, no, 2 shots. They called it on the foul for Colty Young. Young with 10 points to lead all scorers, along with Jordan O'Neal in this first half. Now 11. Mismatched, brightly colored shoes. Whatever works, go for it.
Yeah, those are loud. That's fun, though.
Time on the floor, called by Missouri.
And Missouri calls timeout. Dennis Gates wants to set something up for the final 3.2 seconds after this second free throw coming here. I was talking with Jared about that the other day. Did you, Coach P, uniform shoes, or did you guys get to choose?
She was very uniform about everything. We all had the same shoes, same everything.
It is not the case anymore.
I think men's a little bit different. I think those guys are sneakerheads. They all have so many shoes and they just want to show them off.
It's been a fun first half here between Missouri and Jackson State, along with Sierra Porter. I'm Ben Arnett. We are happy that you're starting your Thanksgiving holiday week with us here. It's going to be a busy week for the wing-tipped shoes of Dennis Gates. His team playing 3 games in 7 days starting tonight, all inside Mizzou Arena. We'll have all of them for you here on SEC Network. Mo Williams, nice kicks. Colty Young hits the second free throw. And now Jackson State will sub in Jamie Mitchell for Young. 3.2 seconds for Missouri here. Carter into the freshman. Robinson to midcourt. Robinson at the horn. Can't bank it home. And we've got a 3-point game at halftime. These two battling back and forth. Helter-skelter defense. Lots of turnovers, lots of fast break opportunities, and Mo Williams, Jackson State Tigers right in it on the road, looking for their first win of the season. Colty Young leading the way with 12 first half points. Nick Honor and Missouri answering back, and it's a 37-34 Mizzou lead at halftime. Early going, he had 10 points in the first half, and Colty Young had 12. He really came on in the final 10 minutes of the first half for Mo Williams, Jackson State Tigers. Ken Evans has bounced back with 8. There you see Colty Young. He was 3 of 5 from the field. Shawn East and Missouri, they've got a fight on their hands here. Beginning the first of 3 games this week. They'll play again on Wednesday and then next Saturday here at Mizzou Arena. Adams and Jackson State with the ball to begin the second half, but an offensive foul away from the ball.
I think whoever takes care of the ball this half is going to be putting themselves in a great position in this ball game. You can see right here, just, you know, physical. It gets physical down low, but you can't extend like that. And so it's Missouri basketball.
Jordan O'Neal with his first personal foul and the first foul of the half on Jackson State. So Missouri a chance to extend their lead in the opening moments of the second half. Carolero Martin, quality minutes off the bench for Missouri. Honor a wide open 3. There's Carolero Martin to tap it right to Grill, and now swung out to the Tiger guards to reset. And East draws a foul. 2 quick ones on Jordan O'Neal to start the second half.
Carolero Martin is just kind of everywhere tonight, doing all the right little things for Missouri, getting that second chance opportunity for them.
East looking to rebound, or looking to inbound. Carolero Martin was plus 12 to lead all Tigers in the first half. Always seemed to be around the basketball, creating second chance opportunities for the Tigers. Honor, 5 points in the first half. Extra pass by Carter. Out to Honor for 3, and he got that one.
You can tell he wanted to make that extra pass, just got rejected, but they got 3 points instead of 2.
And so Honor now has 8. That leads all Missouri scorers. Evans looking to drive on Carolero. Step back three-pointer goes down.
3 points, Ken Evans.
11 points now for Ken Evans. Grill can't respond. Rebound by Adams. Evans looking to attack here maybe. Coming off the 1-point performance against Tulsa. He's got 13 tonight against Missouri.
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's got his mojo back.
Went for 33 earlier this season. Colte Young goes coast to coast. And Jackson State regains the lead. And Colte Young is fired up.
You saw Evans get that bucket and then force that turnover right here. He may not have gotten the steal on the stat sheet, but he forced that turnover. And Jackson State's coming out ready this second half.
Now 19 points off of 12 Missouri turnovers for Jackson State.
Now Jackson State has come out. They are attacking. They are high energy. Look at that step back three. You love that. And then driving in the paint, cutting between 3 defenders. Evans is ready to play the second half.
7-0 run in less than a minute for Jackson State. And Missouri goes to the bench. Anthony Robinson comes back in for the Tigers. Honor wide open off the inbound. Can't get it to go. And a foul called on Missouri on that contested rebound. And the freshman Anthony Robinson picks it up. That's number 2 for him. First foul called on Missouri, and quickly off the bench is Aiden Shaw. As Dennis Gates is looking for the right combination to start this half. Sean East takes a seat. Honor, Carolero, Robinson, Grill, and East, or excuse me, Honor for Missouri. And Mitchell, Adams, Evans, Colte Young, and Jordan O'Neal for Jackson State. Jackson State Tigers looking to extend their lead. Evans, the lob, hammered down by Jordan O'Neal.
Wow, that was a great play right there. Jackson State is firing on all cylinders right now.
And as you've mentioned a couple of times, Jackson State has all of the energy in the building right now.
They got that momentum. They didn't have the lead going into half, but they came out. They didn't care. They want to get that win.
Extra pass, Grill from the corner, goes down, and that snaps a 9-0 Jackson State run.
That corner spot, I'm telling you, Missouri loves it.
Missouri now 8 for 20 from 3-point range. Adams fighting off Robinson. And now a foul called on Robinson. 3 fouls, 2 of them in this half on Robinson.
Jackson State, man, they're making the extra pass. They're cutting to the basket. Like I said, they're just firing on all cylinders. They want to get that first win, and they're playing great here at Mizzou Arena.
O'Neal with 12 points. 3 different Jackson State Tigers in double figures scoring. O'Neal with 12, Evans with 13, Young with 14. There's a turnover off the inbounds back to Missouri. Missouri looking for a clean offensive possession here. And a bit out of sorts to start this second half. Robinson, Euro step, locked up and thrown down by Shaw.
I don't even know if that was a purposeful lob, but it sure worked out.
I'm sure if you ask Anthony Robinson afterwards, he'll say he did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Missouri regains the lead.
Their defensive energy too just turned up off that play.
Evans, the drive, the dish, stolen away. Robinson had his head up. Here's Shaw. Honor, transition 3. Got it, and the foul.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is one tough bucket to get some energy, get some momentum, and then you get an and 1-3. You know Missouri's feeling good right now.
9 quick points to start the half by Jackson State, and Missouri answers with an 8-0 run.
They're pushing the ball up the floor. They're getting it to that corner. I don't know what it is, but they just love that corner. They just got an and 1-3 right there.
Mo Williams frustrated as the momentum pendulum has swung quickly and fiercely in the first 3.5 minutes of this second half. A chance for a 4-point play for Honor. Are we? Missouri now going to inbound. The foul must have been away from the ball. It's on O'Neal, which is his 4th. And he picked up 3 quick ones to start this second half. So Missouri gets the 3-pointer. They're on the 8-0 run. They're 3 for their last 3, and they get the possession. Grill wide open off the inbound. Can't get it to go. He's been ice cold. Grill came into the game just 4 for 21 from beyond the arc. Evans tries to answer. Rebound, Carolero Martin. Grill ahead of the pack, throws it down, reverse.
Yeah, they're hyped now. Missouri's got it going. They're getting points on the board. They're running the floor. They're doing everything.
Timeout called by Jackson State. Missouri on a 10-0 run. Grill, he is the emotional spark man for this Missouri team. He did it against Minnesota. And Jordan O'Neal throwing it down there, but Missouri's answered.
Missouri's answered. It's been a little bit of a dunk fest early in the second half, and it's been really fun to watch. They're pushing the ball up the court, making each other pay.
Great for Jackson State, but just picked up his 4th foul. He takes an awful lot of energy and production to the bench with him.
Yeah, that's tough. There's a lot of time left in that half, and he was doing everything right on the floor right there. He's cutting to the basket. He's running the floor well. He was a big boost for Jackson State, and that's going to be tough having him on the bench.
12 points, 5 of 8 from the field, but 3 quick ones to start this second half, which has just been back and forth. The energy has been swinging from one side to the other in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, but it's fun basketball now. We're getting some alley-oops, some dunks. People are running the floor. That's tough to go to the bench during that, but he's got a lot of guys on his team that are playing well right now that can pick up that slack for him.
Caleb Grill had a tough first half, but has come out and brought a lot of the energy for this Missouri team. And again, you know, Dennis Gates stated clearly for the record a couple of times, he said they don't win that game. They don't make that comeback on Thursday in Minneapolis without the energy that Caleb Grill gave to the team. He woke them up with that double technical off after the missed 3. And Dennis Gates said they don't win that game without them.
Yeah, you got to have a passion player, someone that brings that passion, brings that fire, gets a little fire lit under all his teammates. And yeah, they won that game because of him.
Adams and Jackson State trying to answer. Jamie Mitchell on the drive. Can't get it to go. Carolero Martin saves it to Grill. Up ahead to Bates. Bates spinning. And the rebound by Mitchell. Zeke Cook all the way. Heavy contest by Carolero Martin, and the foul called on Missouri.
Missouri didn't convert on that fast break, but you can just see the intensity that Grill plays with. He, even on that rebound right there and getting it up the court, he's bringing a lot to his team tonight. They're
going fast and furious. Another break in Como, 7-point game. 3 Missouri on a 10-0 run, regaining the lead here early in the second half against Jackson State. And we're celebrating a birthday. That is Mike Coons. Happy birthday to our senior audio engineer, one of the most important people on our crew. Without him, it's a silent movie.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike. As much as some folks might maybe not want to hear me from time to time, Mike always makes sure that we are loud and clear on the air, and he's been working extremely hard for this Columbia, Missouri-based SEC Network crew for at least 7 or 8 years. Mike is always in my ear. I wouldn't know what to do without him. Thanks for all your hard work, Mike, and happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mike. You too, buddy. Dennis Gates, his team, fast and furious. 10 straight points over the last minute and 46 seconds. And Mo Williams, Jackson State Tigers, this is where they've got to have a response here, don't they?
Yeah, they got to have a response. I think an interesting thing about this score right now is you look at Missouri, and they've had 11 guys put points on the board for them, whereas Jackson State's only had 4 scorers. And the reason Missouri is winning right now is because they have guys that can contribute. They don't need one person to go crazy. They can all contribute, get points on the board, and just play the right way.
Cook snaps the run. But, you know, you and I in the prep for this game, we were wondering if maybe this is where Missouri has the difference. They can just throw waves and waves of experienced players and just wear down this Jackson State team over time.
Yeah, you definitely don't
been on the road since November 5th, pardon me. Now the jump ball is called and Missouri has the arrow. It's hard to conserve energy, isn't it, whenever you're in a back and forth battle like this game has been.
It is, but like you said, if Missouri has guys on the bench at all times that they can throw in there, you just don't run into a fatigue problem. You always have fresh legs on the court.
Ton of experienced players. So many of these transfers from Missouri that are still new faces to Mizzou fans. First 2 weeks of the season are not at all new to college basketball. Now like Carolero Martin, who's already got his math degree from Campbell. Nick Honor in his 5th year, 2nd year with Mizzou. Caleb Grill, been through the battles in the Big 12. Tamar Bates in Indiana in the corner. And another jump ball is called. Good energy defensively. Official on the far side has a jump ball, and it'll go back to Jackson State. Dennis Gates is upset because the official on the near side, I think, had a foul.
Yeah, I think they had the jump ball first and then the foul second. You can see Jackson State's not going anywhere. They're going to hang around, and they're going to fight for this win.
Jamie Mitchell battling there. Mo Williams Tigers right there, step for step with the Missouri Tigers within 6 points right now. Evans starting to heat up here in the second half. Missouri putting the trap on. And a 10-second call. That's the second time Missouri has forced a 10-second violation in this game. Eleven turnovers on Jackson State. Sean East checks back in for Missouri. He replaces Aiden Shaw. Nick Honor in Missouri with a 6-point lead and the ball. Drives on Adams. Honor gets all the way to the cup.
That's a tough take right there. He was like, all right, let me just get a bucket real quick.
Nick Honor doesn't have the height advantage on many people at 5'10", but he's got 2 inches on Chase Adams. He took advantage of the size discrepancy there. Drive and out of bounds off of Missouri. It will stay with Jackson State. Just look at Honor that last take.
Yeah, that's a tough bucket. And you can tell he's learned, like you said, he doesn't have a height advantage usually, but he's learned how to protect that ball and still get to the rim.
That was the problem for Missouri in the first half. Off the inbound, knocked down. It's Mitchell. Jackson State back within 6. And now a Missouri turnover.
Yeah, they're just kind of going back and forth with these turnovers still. Got to take care of the ball, and I'm telling you, whichever team takes care of the ball down the stretch, they're going to be in a great position.
Second turnover of the half by Missouri, I believe. Mitchell will inbound. Missouri setting up the pressure. Adams able to get out of the pressure. Kevion Hunt. There's an open look for Evans, and he buried it.
3 points, Ken Evans.
They're running their lane, spreading the floor. He had a wide open 3 in that corner.
Evans with 15 points. Leads all scorers. Only a matter of time before it came around for Ken Evans. He's way too good of a scorer.
You see Grill trying to take advantage of that size mismatch down there, but they missed him. Bates
instead on the drive, under 10 to shoot. Swung around, Grill from the corner, got it.
They missed the size advantage, but they got him in the corner.
And that's the second 3 for Grill. Maybe he is coming out of his shooting slump. He's 2 for 4 from the outside today. Jackson State in a position where they've got to answer every possession. That is blocked by Grill, and it will stay with Jackson State.
here. He had a wide open three in the corner, running in transition, getting to your spot, running your lane. That's so important. And here you got Grill in the corner. He was fighting down low, but you got to know when to release and pop back out to the three-point line, and he knocked it down.
It's a real emphasis for Grill being shot ready, something that Dennis Gates and his staff really preached to Grill in the offseason. Tamar Bates takes a seat. Noah Carter comes back in, so is Kurt Lewis. Mitchell, and he's fouled by Carter.
Foul call on Missouri, number 35. Noah Carter, his first.
And it's the first foul on Carter. And Missouri with 4 team fouls. Both teams with 4 team fouls. Approaching the 13-minute mark of the second half. Mitchell with 2 shots. Jackson, Mississippi native, drains the first free throw. They're really just getting Mitchell back into the flow of things. Only played in 3 games last season before the stress fracture in his foot knocked him out for the majority of the year. Had 6 points and 5 boards the other day against Tulsa.
Yeah, talking to Coach Williams, sometimes it just takes a few games to get back into your rhythm, get your mojo back. And you can kind of tell in this game he's getting it back to me.
Foul goes against Adams, and that's team foul number 5 in the half. The second personal foul on Adams. 5-point game. East. He's got a wide open lane, and the teardrop goes down. Missouri pushes the lead to 7. Kevion Hunt trying to answer. Evans. He's in trouble. Somehow makes it work.
He's in trouble, but he kept that pivot foot down. Got the defender behind him and just made a little layup.
East on the drive. Grill, Carter, open look. Flying in was Lewis. Robinson out to Grill. He thought about it. And Missouri resets with 12 minutes to play. Carter driving. Lewis in the corner now. And he stepped out of bounds again. Goes back to Jackson State when we come back. Back and forth they go. Sean East.
Yeah, Sean East, he hasn't scored as much as he usually does. But you can see right there, just rounding the corner, getting to the rim, converting. They're forcing turnovers, and they're getting more points off of those turnovers. They knew they had to come out the second half with just more energy, more intensity. And you can see that they're making Jackson State pay.
That one was right before halftime. Anthony Robinson, the freshman, in the second half. They've already forced 3 Jackson State turnovers, and they've scored more points off turnovers in the first 8 minutes of the second half than they did in the entire first half.
You can tell they're being more efficient off of the forced turnovers because they did force more the first half, but this half they've scored more.
And so Missouri has a 5-point lead, but Jackson State just refuses to let Mizzou put too much distance between the two teams. The largest lead in this game was 8 points by Missouri just a couple of minutes ago. But Jackson State has responded. And the Tigers are not going anywhere. Missouri has never lost to Jackson State. These two programs have met several times over the years. Missouri's always pulled out the victory. First meeting between the two since 2001. Important possession here for Jackson State, trailing by 5. Adams guarded by Robinson. A lot of playing time for the freshman. Robinson. Evans, the pull up is short. Lewis tracks it down. He's trapped in the corner. Able to find some space. Kirillero Martin to Grill. Open transition three. Can't get the roll.
He was ready, though. You were talking about that. Being shot ready is important. Sometimes they won't fall, but he's got back on defense.
Foul called on the drive by Evans. Grill now 2 for 5 from beyond the arc today. Dennis Gates knows that his team is in a battle here. As Grill will come out. Aiden Shaw checks back in for Mizzou.
It's that point in the game where if you're Jackson State, you just want to think one possession at a time, because one good possession here, and then it's just a one possession game. You cut it to 2 or 3.
Jelani Bell back in for the first time since a couple of minutes in the first half for Jackson State. Adams on the drive, looking for Bell, knocked out of bounds by Missouri, and it stays with Jackson State. They've only got 6 seconds on the shot clock. Evans gets it back. He's going to have to force a 3. Can't get it to go, and East is there for the rebound. East pushing tempo, as he so frequently does. Kurt Lewis played some key minutes for Missouri in that comeback against Minnesota. Kirillero Martin can't get it to go. Battling for the rebound. Jackson State's got numbers. Transition 3. Adams in and out. That would have been huge for Jackson State. Instead, it's Lewis on the other end. Bell. And he tried to save it off of Kirillero Martin, but it will stay with Missouri.
Sometimes when it's up and down like that, one team misses, you run down the court, the other team misses. You just got to slow down, get into a set, and play from there.
Looks like.
Look at this replay. You can see it bounces off of Jackson State while he's already out of bounds.
Yep, he was standing, had 1 foot down out of bounds. Missouri with another chance here. That's kicked by Zeke Cook. To Kurt Lewis, who you see there right in the middle of the shot, didn't have numbers that popped off the stat sheet like you usually think of, particularly scoring. But Dennis Gates, he was plus 16 in that comeback. Dennis Gates really praised the minutes that Kurt Lewis gave Missouri as they came back in Minnesota on Thursday.
Yeah, it says a lot to have your coach trust you in crunch time like that.
Made a lot happen on the defensive end of the floor. Missouri with their biggest comeback win since 2020. Shaw on the baseline, can't get it to go, and Zeke Cook grabs the rebound. Evans pushes tempo. Midway through the second half, we got a ball game. 5-point Missouri lead. Evans with 20 points. Finds O'Neal on the baseline, and O'Neal drains it. He's playing with 4 fouls. He's got 14 points.
He likes that little mid-range shot, too. You know he's happy to be back on the court right now. This is the time, like they just cut it to a one-possession game. This is the time where you want to be in the game and make a change.
Lewis, open look. Can't get it to go. Missouri's gone a bit cold from the outside. Adams. Evans. Evans right above his season average. He's averaging 18 a game. He's got 20 tonight in Columbia. Looking to drive on East. O'Neal. 5 to shoot. O'Neal's in trouble. Adams on the drive, gets all the way and makes it a 1-point game.
He just rounded that corner right there. Got to the rim, converted, and yeah, it's a 1-point game. It's crunch time.
First basket of the night for Chase Adams. Under 9 minutes to play. East and Missouri looking to respond. Out of control, gets blocked out of bounds off Missouri, and Jackson State will have a chance to take the lead.
Let's take a look here at Jackson State. We got that little jump shot in the corner to put them down 1 point, or to put them down 3. And then right here, just rounding the corner at the very end of the shot clock, getting to the rim with that inside hand, scooping it up. and getting stops defensively. Sean East is a scorer, and he's having a tough time because Jackson State is all over the place.
Chase Adams, just 5'8", but the Chicago kid doing it on both ends of the floor. Second year with Jackson State. He's a mainstay in the starting lineup for Mo Williams' team, and you can see why. Offensive end, defensive end, leadership. Now he brings it up against Nick Honor in Missouri, trailing by just 1. Adams on the drive, gets cut off by the 7-footer Butler. He still finds a way to make it work. Lost it out of bounds. It stays with Jackson State.
Jackson State has a lot of confidence right now. They've got momentum. See right here, he just drove the baseline. Little tip right there. Couldn't fully grab it.
Grill comes back in for Missouri, replacing Aiden Shaw. Mo Williams and the Jackson State Tigers 0-5. He told us the other day we're the best 0-5 team you'll ever see. Here's a 3 for the lead. No good from Colty Young. Battle for the rebound. Down on the floor is O'Neal. Looks like he fell on his tailbone.
Yeah, you know, Honor, he's had to learn how to box out, being, you know, a little bit shorter typically. But if someone's up in the air, you can't undercut their legs. I'm pretty sure that's what happened right there.
A foul went against Honor. That's his first and the team's 6th. Here's another look. Yeah, and that caused a hard fall on the lower back by O'Neal.
Yeah, you got to applaud the effort, but you can't wrap your arm around him like that.
O'Neal stays in the game. Remember, he's playing with 4 fouls. Evans gets it into Cook. Cook against the freshman Butler. He's in trouble. Good cut by Adams, but he couldn't get over the rim. Missouri protecting a 1-point lead. Butler. And the 7-footer thought about stepping into a 3, but Missouri slows down and resets instead. Anthony Robinson. The drive. Tamar Bates finds an open Grill.
They had a little bit of a scoring drought there at 57 for a few minutes. And Caleb Grill, I think that was a really good idea, getting him back into the game. He just brings energy, he brings passion, he cuts, he just knows where to be at the right time.
Snaps an 0-for-8 spell from the field for Missouri and breaks up a 6-0 Jackson State run. Jackson State can still tie it with a 3. We're at 7.5 minutes to play. The block by Butler. Zeke Cook will have a chance to tie it at the foul line.
Jackson State is playing tough. They're not tired. This road trip has not been wearing on them too much because they are in here with energy and toughness.
And this has been one physical basketball game, but Jackson State picking themselves up off the floor once again. They are not going anywhere. Zeke Cook will have a chance to tie it at the foul line when we come back. Physical, through traffic, the loose ball, the bucket, the rebound, the basket, and the foul. Jackson State.
What is he? 5 for 8 from the field, or sorry, 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3.
9 for 15 at this point. I mean,
Okay.
he had a bit of a slow start getting going, but he has really picked things up. I mean, this is a 38th double figure scoring game of his career. He had 20 or 19 of them a year ago. And, you know, we're talking about a guy who had 33 just last week at Loyola Marymount, so he knows how to fill it up. And it is Zeke Cook for Mo Williams Jackson State Tigers who has a chance to tie the game at the foul line here. And he does. Whistle on the inbound. Call a foul on Colty Young. That is his 3rd. $16 fouls on Jackson State, so Missouri will shoot on the next one. Already see 17 fouls on Missouri. Free throws might play a factor here in the final 7:20. Honor, aggressive take, can't get it to go. And the rebound by Zeke Cook.
That's the kind of take you like, though. Your vet getting in there, being physical, trying to get to the rim. You just got to get that one to drop.
Kevion Hunt on the drive, a foul called on Tamar Bates. So a 1-and-1 coming here for Hunt. Hunt with 4 points. This is his first trip to the foul line. Just 3 for 10 at the stripe this year. 1-and-1. And that is the first lead for Jackson State since the 17:35 mark of this second half.
Jackson State, they just came in here ready to fight, ready to be aggressive and physical. They're not shying away from these road games against Power 5 teams.
Missouri went on that 10-0 run early in the second half. It looked like that might be the moment where the Tigers would pull away, but Jackson State said no. They have swung back, and they've got a 2-point lead with 7 minutes to play in Columbia. Already seen UNC Greensboro take down Arkansas in the SEC this weekend. Missouri trying to fend off an upset bid here. Caleb Grill drills a 3. Mizzou back on top.
I like his energy. I like the way he comes on the court. He's not afraid to take that shot, to make a big play, to bring that energy, and he just put Mizzou back up by 1.
It's his 3rd 3-pointer. He's 50% from beyond the arc today. Hunt guarded by the freshman Robinson. Critical minutes for him, just like the crunch time minutes he played against Minnesota. Evans blocked as 2 defenders collapsed on that one, and out of bounds off of Cook, who tried to grab that call timeout. He spent a lot of time on the floor playing hard today. Try to walk that one off.
Caleb Grill is that guy that you want on the floor at this point in the game. He's going to take big shots. He's just going to be tough. And he knocked down that corner 3.
In rhythm that time. He's got 3 rebounds to go along with his 13 points. Robinson. And Hunt on his back that time. Honor. 6 minutes to go. Honor on the drive. Extra pass. Robinson stolen away by O'Neal. O'Neal to Evans. And Evans will back it out. Evans looks like he wants to drive on the freshman Butler. The 7-footer gets low. Tracks him all the way out to midcourt. Evans gives it up instead to Hunt. Hunt the drive, heavily contested, altered by Bates. Saved by Grill.
I'm telling you, that guy is everywhere.
Bates, 1-on-1 all the way.
Missouri needed to play like that to get the momentum back in their favor.
It's Caleb Grill, the energy giver once again. And the crowd coming to life. Missouri by 3. Hunt blocked. Grill the rebound. Robinson 2-on-1 with Bates. Takes it. And draws an, it's an offensive foul. Charge taken by Jackson State. Ken Evans. You can tell he's towards empty, but he is still there.
He's played a lot of minutes tonight. He's given everything in his tank, taking charges at this point in the game. He's been the difference maker for Jackson State. Caleb Grill for Missouri, though, has been the difference maker for them. Getting boards, knocking down shots. Look at this hustle play. Like, you can easily give up on that and just let the ball go out of bounds, but he doesn't. He gives that extra effort, and they got transition bucket because of it. Look at this charge. I couldn't tell right there if his feet were outside the circle, but they must have been because Jackson State has the ball now.
You know, the emphasis now getting set before the offensive player makes their move, their jump towards the basket. It's an offensive foul. Chance to tie with a 3 here for Adams and Jackson State. Adams double teamed. Still able to find O'Neal, and O'Neal winds his way for 2.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They're going to keep fighting, keep bringing that energy, making the extra pass.
And 16 now for Jordan O'Neal, who, remember, had that hard tumble to his lower back. Playing with 4 fouls. Honor the drive. Count it. And the foul.
That is your veteran leader doing veteran leader things. He is tough down by the rim. Let's take a look at that real quick. You can see right there the way he protects the ball, brings it around, gets that call, uses his body to shield the ball. He's just a tough player, and he got that and one because of it.
Nick Honor with 15 points. He's going to be the guy that Missouri goes to when they need a clutch basket.
And you can see why. You can see that composure. Even when he's going a million miles an hour, he just has this aura of composure about him. And that's the kind of guy you want to be your leader.
He remains perfect at the free throw line on the season. Third game in double figures scoring this year for Nick Honor. 18 against Pine Bluff, 16 against Minnesota, and now 16 today against Jackson State. Missouri in a battle, trying to fend off the upset bid. Mitchell goes in, can't get it to go, and Grill ends up with the loose ball. 4 minutes to play, Missouri by 4. And Mizzou now slows it down. Honor. It's going to bring it back out. Surprised he didn't attack O'Neal with the 4 fouls. Step back 3 instead. Into the hands of Adams. Adams pushing tempo. Mitchell all the way. Offensive foul.
Man, they got that call back, didn't they? Hustling back on defense, getting in position.
Jamie Mitchell with his 3rd foul. It is still a close one here. 4-point lead for Missouri. Jackson State, do they have enough gas left in the tank? The Road Warriors within 4 in the SEC building. Nick Honor trying to turn away the upset bid.
He's just such a leader, and he's doing great things for Missouri, and that's why they're up 4 right now. You can see when they run back on defense that they are a bit tired, but they're not letting it stop them. They have gas in the tank, and so does Nick Honor. You can see here he has 16 points. He's 6 from 12 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3. He's doing everything that he can right now to help Missouri secure this win.
You know the other thing that's impressive about Jackson State, and Mo Williams talked about this, look, you're on the road this long, you start 0-5, it'd be really easy for guys to start sniping at each other. And this team looks together. You haven't seen any of that today.
They look really together. They're playing unselfish basketball. I know that they have like a few less guys scoring than like Missouri's entire bench scoring, but you can tell they're looking for the extra pass, and they're just excited for each other. They're in it as a team.
Jackson State needs a stop here. East to a cutting Bates. Damar Bates with 7 points for Missouri. Eleven different Tigers have scored in this game, to your point, Sierra. It's a tighter rotation for Jackson State. Do they have enough energy to close this final 2:45 and come back down by 6? Adams has been so good running the show. He's cut off here. Zeke Cook has been an intangible glue guy in this game. Drives on Grill, can't get it to go. And Bates ends up with the loose ball. And now the veteran Sean East wants to slow it down and burn some clock for Missouri. Up by 6 with the ball, 2:20 to play.
Yeah, you can tell they want to take as much time off the clock as they can. Get that last shot towards the end of the shot clock.
Nick Honor right in front of us, just drenched in sweat, slowing it down there. East on the drive, the spin. Flying in was Bates. Evans with the rebound. Four veterans and the freshman Butler providing the rim protection for Missouri here. That pass knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Missouri. It will stay with Jackson State. They've got 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Mo Williams wants to draw something up here. Important possession. Jackson State wants to talk it over, as you understand.
You can see here Adams, he's just so in control of the game for Jackson State, trying to make that pass off of Missouri right there. But he is just doing so much for them. getting the ball to the open guy, cutting to the basket himself. I really like how he's playing for them.
The last look, a great look from our crew, might have gone out off of Jackson State. It was not reviewed. And, they might take a look.
Let's see right here. He's reaching for it. Oh. He may have barely touched it. I can't tell if he pulled his fingers back or not, but either way, it's Jackson.
He tried to pull those fingertips back.
Oh, yeah.
Do we see a change of direction or a change in the spin of the ball? Looks like maybe a little bit. It's not being reviewed, though. It stays with Jackson State and a huge possession here. 1:45 to go. They're down by 6. Adams. We'll see what Mo Williams drew up out of the timeout. Young. Haven't heard from him in a while. Drives, finds some space. Good look. Zeke Cook converts.
Like we just talked about, they're playing unselfish and they're finding the open guy. Now they're only down 4 points.
12th assist on 24 made field goals for Jackson State. Eastern Missouri slowing it down. There's a foul on Zeke Cook. And that is his second. 9th team foul, so a 1-and-1 for Missouri.
At Jackson State, they're just driving and dishing all night long, getting the ball to the open guy, converting. They're hanging around.
It's getting late. 1:18 to go. Caleb Brill to the line for Missouri. 82% free throw shooter on the season. His first trip to the line today. And he has provided a lot for this Missouri team in this second half. Hits the front end of the 1-and-1. Big free throw here. Got the roll, 15 points for Brill, which matches his Mizzou high. He had 15 in the opener against Arkansas Pine Bluff as well. Got to have a basket here if you're Jackson State. O'Neal faces up with 1 minute to go.
And they're taking their sweet time.
You need something faster than this, wouldn't you think? Adams, the driving kick. And Young can't get it to go. Cook flies in for the rebound. O'Neal and the foul.
Count the basket for Jordan O'Neal.
Second chance opportunities are really important in crunch time like this. Only 47 seconds left, and you get the and one because you don't give up on the play and you get that offensive board. You can see here, he got him on the arm right there and converted.
You can see how much O'Neal is battling here since he landed on his lower back.
Yeah, but he's fighting through it. He's tired, he's hurting. You can see him grimace almost every time down the court, but he's not giving up, and he's doing everything his team needs him to.
Missouri just called the timeout. O'Neal will have a chance to make this a 3-point game. He's got 18 points. He's been fantastic. 8 for 11 from the field. By Jordan O'Neal. Bo Williams telling his guys the plan. They've got a chance to make it a one-possession game at the foul line. O'Neal is 1 for 2 at the stripe today.
You know, talking to Coach Gates today at Shoot Around again, he was like, Jackson State is the best 0-5 team you're going to see. He knew that they have to take them very, very seriously, and they've kind of proven his case tonight.
Expected to contend in the SWAC once they get to conference play. Hey, that's what this is all about for Mo Williams' team, and he said it, you know, they have to play these bye games. It's how they fund their program. It's how they fund a lot of athletics at Jackson State. They have to push through games like this in this part of their schedule, try to be the best version of themselves by the time they get to conference play.
And part of that is building your program too, I'm sure. Getting these Power 5 games under your belt, making a name for yourself if you can snag a few of the wins. That's important for a building program.
O'Neal, couple of deep breaths. Can't get it to go, left a little short. oftentimes a sign of fatigue.
Absolutely. We'll see how they play defense right here. They're getting back. They're hustling.
Butler, the freshman, collapsed upon, and the foul called. That's the guy you want to foul if you're Jackson State. Put the youngster on the strike.
See if he can knock down those clutch free throws.
First trip to the foul line of his college career. It comes in a 4-point game with just 38 seconds to go.
That says a lot to how much Coach Gates trusts him in the game at this crunch time.
This is the first free throw. And Missouri played the freshman a lot in that comeback at Minnesota. And Butler, Pierce, and Robinson combined for, I believe, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Butler missed them both. So the window is open for Jackson State. They're down by 4. Adams looking to attack, pulls up and got it. It's a 2-point game.
And he knew they needed to convert quick right there. And they got a timeout.
Missouri calls time. 30 seconds to go. Missouri's got a lot of options with all the veterans they have out there, and I would imagine you're going to see a veteran lineup come out of this timeout as Missouri tries to protect this 2-point lead.
Man, it does not feel good to miss those free throws at this point in the game, but at this point it's over with, it's done with, and you just have to see how Missouri responds.
Both teams in the double bonus in terms of the foul situation. 1 timeout for each. Well, it came down to the final seconds at Thoreau Field yesterday between Missouri and Florida. Came down to the final seconds last Thursday in Minneapolis between Missouri and Minnesota. Tiger fans are getting used to this.
They are, but Missouri is 9-0 in games decided by 5 or fewer points, so they are really good in crunch times like this. This is kind of what, you know, they're used to these moments, and so we'll see how they respond.
Mizzou trying to finish. Grill gets it into East. East to Grill, and stolen away by Cook. A chance to tie or win it. Evans driving on Bates. Tie ball game.
And he just scooped that right under his arm there. That was a great finish.
And Evans called for a foul on the inbound to Honor. He can't believe it. And Mo Williams, Jackson State Tigers, oh so close. This is going to be 2 shots for Nick Honor.
You can see him just go the length of the court here. He was not going to pass it up. He knows he's their best option right now. He just scoops it right underneath his arm right there. That's a tough finish.
And then committed the foul on the inbound, which sends Honor to the line. 22 points for Evans. That's not what you expect to see from Nick Honor.
Free throws will get you. You got to make those in crunch time. It's a tie ball game with 13 seconds left. That's who you want at the free throw line. We'll see if he can get the second one.
Mo Williams calls timeout to set things up after this second free throw. 13.9 to play. Dennis Gates and his crew talking about how to play this as well, hoping to have a 1-point lead. Drama on top of drama inside Mizzou Arena on a Sunday evening.
Jackson State has just been hanging around. They've been high energy for the amount of stress that's been on their bodies in these past 6 games they've played.
Uncharacteristic miss at the foul line for Nick Honor, who's an 85% free throw shooter in his career. Missouri has not scored a field goal in the last 3:07. It's a 6-0 run over the course of 43 seconds by Jackson State to tie this ball game up.
They are fighting and clawing to get their first win, and this would be a huge win for them in Mizzou Arena.
Start of a 3-game homestand for Missouri. This is not how they envisioned this 3-game homestand beginning. Trying to fend off the upset bid of the Jackson State Tigers. Turnovers have been a big factor in this one. Missouri's turned it over 17 times. Mo Williams Jackson State Club has scored 26 points off of those turnovers, including the game-tying basket moments ago by Ken Evans, who does have 22. They adjusted the box score. 22 points for Ken Evans to lead all scorers. Nick Honor has 16 to lead Missouri. He's hoping for number 17 on this second free throw, which would give Missouri the lead back. Mizzou Arena falls silent. The exception of a few Jackson State fans in the building. Missouri takes a 1-point lead with 13.9 seconds to play. They bring Anthony Robinson back in, along with Jordan Butler, 2 freshmen in here for this final defensive possession for Missouri. Adams with 10. Adams into the lane. Fade away. Can't. And does get it. 5 seconds to go. East back the other way for Missouri. East looking to be a hero again. And Jackson State comes to Columbia and pulls off the massive upset.
Look at that celebration. They were gassed. They were tired. They've been playing so many games on the road, but they did not give up. They played as a team. They played unselfish. And they won by 1 point.
First win against Missouri. These two teams have played going back to 1982. And not just their first win over the Tigers ever, their first win this season for Mo Williams' Jackson State squad, which has earned this victory. And they will have a happy trip home for Thanksgiving. They fought to the very end.
Here's a couple looks at that last bucket. They are just going down the court so fast, knowing they have to score quickly, and he turns around, fades away, and got a really lucky bounce. He has that nice touch. He's been great for them all game, and he just got his team their first win of the season. Look at them carrying him off the court.
5'8" Chase Adams, the smallest guy on the floor, comes up huge in the final seconds. This is how it ended. Got the roll with 5 seconds to play. Chase Adams, the game-winning basket, and then the final stop.